The IEBC yesterday held a meeting, a crisis meeting. That meeting took 4 good hours. For those who've been following the politics of this country, the IEBC has been under sharp focus from Raila Odinga's camp. And yesterday, Raila Odinga issued new demands to IEBC that they must use the manual register in the next general election.
We are saying that manual register is a must at each and every polling station. This is not negotiable. You're telling the IEBC they must have a manual register along with biometric identification of the voters on that polling day. Kabla hivyo hakuna uchaguzi.
Our position is that we will use a manual register. It's not easy to manipulate. It is not subject to games. And we think there are sufficient safeguards around it to make it credible.
Earlier, Raila Odinga through Junet Mohammed had raised concerns about the printing of the ballot papers. And again, a day before yesterday, the courts made another ruling that the independent candidates are not really required to submit copies of IDs of their supporters. So yesterday, the IEBC held a crisis meeting. And in this video, I want us to go into that meeting and look at what was discussed at that particular meeting. Because we all know that Kenyans expect nothing other than free and fair elections from IEBC. But majority of Kenyans also believe that IEBC, as currently constituted, cannot preside over a free, fair, and credible elections. At the moment Raila Odinga made those comments about manual register, majority of his supporters are concerned whether he has the deep state and the deep state and the system with him. And those who are supporting William Ruto are so happy that finally William Ruto is proving to the man they want him to be. I want us to look at why IEBC convened that crisis meeting. But before we get into all those, in case you are watching the channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two only and press that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And just the single request I make here, please give this video a thumbs up. That's the best way you can support the channel. But of course, the better way is just to drop your comments and share this video to your friends. Let us get back to the main issue. And I want to still appeal to all of us that this election will come and it will go. We are going to remain here. Whether Raila Odinga will be the next president, whether Ruto will be the next president, the truth of the matter is that you as an individual, you will still continue with your routine. If you are a car wash guy, you will continue with that. If you're a charcoal seller, you will continue with that. If you're working in a place, maybe the only thing which might change is assuming the new president will make life better, then all of us will still enjoy. But if it will be worse, all of us will suffer. So let us not treat this election as if it's a matter of life and death. Now, let us look at why the IEBC convened that meeting. Before I look at that, do you think IEBC can conduct a free and fair elections?
A polling booth.
Yes.
You're given 6 ballot papers.
Yes.
So you decide, as you may decide,
Yes.
that you'll only vote for a presidential candidate.
Correct.
That leaves you with 5.
Yes.
Those 5
Yes.
are not stray.
No.
They are unused.
Yes.
You've been given 6,
Yes.
but you have elected to use only 1.
Yes.
That leaves you with 5.
Yes.
What we are asking,
Yes.
where do those 5 go? How are they accounted for? It's a simple question.
Oh, yes.
They're not stray.
No, they're not stray.
They can only be stray if they have found themselves through in the wrong ballot box.
And that's the point.
Okay. So they're not stray. So you still remain with 5.
Yes.
Where do you put them? You carry them away?
No.
How are they accounted for?
No, and that's the point I'm making. You vote. You vote for one, and vote for the second, and vote for the third. You have 6.
Yes, my lord. Please cut me wrong.
And is Raila Odinga using reverse psychology? Or is Raila Odinga being skinned alive? For me, the main reasons why IEBC convened this meeting is number one, that High Court ruling. You know, that High Court ruling is significant because there are so many people who are locked out of the race because they did not provide the required signatures. And by the courts squashing that particular requirement, it means most of these guys might actually go to court and have the elections nullified. But IEBC are saying that already they've submitted their documents and they're just waiting for the printing. In fact, according to IEBC, they've already received some materials, which begs the question, what will happen to those independent candidates who went to court? Of course, the courts didn't really make it very clear that these individuals should be included in the ballot. But I think IEBC met just to figure out how they are going to deal with it, because it's a fertile ground for anybody to use to nullify the elections. So I think that was the main reason why IEBC held that meeting, that particular court ruling. Because there are so many Kenyans who wanted to run. Ruben Kigame, there was Ruben Kigame, there was who wanted to run for president, Mongi Wairia, who wanted to run for the presidency. Of course, they had their own parties, but there are other independent candidates. Remember, this was the year we were going to have so many aspirants running as independents, especially for the presidency. But most of them were knocked out on the grounds that they didn't meet this particular requirement. And now that this requirement has been squashed, what next for them? That's one of the issues I think IEBC wanted to discuss, and probably their lawyers advised them accordingly. Number two, the second thing which was discussed at this particular event, I think, is Moses Masika Wetangula storm. And already there is even a video which has leaked. And in that video, Wetangula is heard trying to bribe or to receiving a bribe from IEBC official. Although I'm not getting what he's trying to say, but that's what majority of people are saying. Watch Moses Wetangula briefly before proceeding.
Sylvie, take it on me. You're going to see the goods. Even your life will be in danger. Those guys if you just now go and load things you have not seen and verified, and you arrive there and you find they are not what you are carrying. You must go and verify them tomorrow. The police will catch you.
The police is going to take the gold from the Wednesday night.
Wednesday night, when they arrive,
and we leave on Thursday morning.
Yes, this is what I've been telling you. Honestly.
Now, that Moses Wetangula storm might appear to be a small issue, but the truth of the matter is that it is very deep. Assuming the firm which won that tender is associated with Moses Wetangula. Moses Wetangula is a key player in this election. He supports William Ruto. How do you think Kenyans will take that? The truth is, that is one of the reasons why IEBC met. And I listened to Chebukati, and it was very clear that for them, they're going to try to be free, fair, and credible. And as an independent institution, they're not going to allow anybody, any institution to dictate, and that they're not going to work for an individual, institution, or even anybody, because according to them, they just need to deliver. But the truth of the matter is that this Moses Wetangula storm is huge, because it actually exposes IEBC a lot. And of course, the government might also try to investigate through the intelligence, and they'll be feeding the public. Personally, I've already received some of the documents which Moses Wetangula denied, because according to Moses Wetangula, he never wrote any letter. And if there's any letter written in his name, then those letters are fake. And the intelligence have already released those letters. And the question I'm asking, how did they even record Moses Wetangula during that particular meeting? So I think these guys have been following Moses Wetangula and his interest for a very long time. And IBC just wanted to discuss how they're going to address it. And I think that one of the things they agreed to do is not to talk about it, especially on Wetangula. And that's the stand they're going to take. Because remember, these guys have PR firms behind them who are guiding them that on this particular issue, talk. On this one, remain mute. Number 3, I also tend to think that the meeting was about the ballot papers, which they've started receiving. So as to assure Kenyans that everything is actually as per plan. So today morning, IBC went and received, led by their chairperson, the ballot papers from JKIA. So basically, they want to assure Kenyans that everything is okay. And number 4, in my view, I think they also discussed the issue of the manual register. When Raila Odinga talks, it's not like you and me, as we can make noise and nothing will happen. But Raila Odinga is a key player in this election. The moment Raila Odinga talked of the manual register, it became a serious matter. And IBC can no longer ignore it. If they ignore it, they are going to be in trouble, which means they had to convene a meeting. And in that meeting, probably they discussed how to go about it. Because remember, manual register is a requirement, because you'll be identified using the biometrics. If it fails, your ID. If it fails, the manual register. That's a requirement. But IBC is talking a language which is similar to the ones which UDA and Kenya Kwanza are speaking, that manual register should not be used. And why should it not be used? Probably because of time and other factors. But Raila Odinga understands, and I did a separate video which you can check, understand that there are over 1 million over 1 million voters who are transferred. Where were they transferred to? By who? Will they be on the register, or will they not be on the register? So many issues. So I tend to think that IBC met and agreed that when it comes to the issue of manual register, this is how we are going to handle it. Either the chairperson or someone else will be talking about it, but not every other person. And whether they'll be prosecuting it in public or not. But I think the issue of the manual register was discussed. And lastly is the final preparation. How many days are we left with to the next general election? Exactly 32 days. But within these 32 days, what can IBC do? What is the level of preparedness? Where are they still lagging behind? So this meeting, in my view, wanted to address all those issues. I don't know what you think. That's my take. In case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support, because without the support, this channel cannot be where it is. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Until next time, the only request I want to remind you to do, please give this video a thumbs up, share it if you can, and also I want to read your comments. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.